here this morning with HAYLEY ROSE, author of Fifo the Bear, and her award-winning book, Fifo 50 States. So tell me, how did you come up with 50 states? I mean,
I love to travel, and I moved to Arizona for a while and met a lot of people that had never been out of the state. And so I wanted everyone, yes, they'd never been out of the state their whole life.
See, I thought everybody in Arizona came from somewhere else.
Obviously not. The older generation, we have snowbirds. So the older generation, they come from the Midwest. But most of the people born and raised stay in Arizona. And they never leave the state, the people that I met. So I wanted to get people excited about traveling and learning about the states and this great country. So I did Fifo 50 states because you have to learn about the 50 states anyways.
Absolutely.
Might as well get a head start and discover it now.
Why Fifo? I see you brought him with you today.
This is Fifo the Bear. Fifo stands for first in, first out. I worked in accounting and business management, so you hear that a lot.
Yes.
And to me, Fifo the Bear sounded like Winnie the Pooh. Just kind of rolled off the tongue.
Yes.
And I was thinking, names are very important, and I wanted Fifo to have a good name.
Cool. Now, when you were researching your book, you've got obviously lots of interesting facts. What was the one that surprised you the most?
The fact that described me the most, that's such a fabulous question. The state mottos, I think, that every state has a motto, and some states were really simple, like friendship, and then some states were long mottos that to me didn't make sense, but when you go and visit the state, it totally makes sense. So I think that was the state motto.
Now, have you traveled to all 50?
I have been to 42 of the states, so I have 8 states left to go.
And they are?
I don't know if I can remember them offhand, but I have not been to Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, the Dakotas. It's like sprinkled here and there. I'm sure I'm missing a few more. I know there's 8. I don't know the 8 offhand, but apparently I get cold, so I haven't been to a lot of the northern states. So.
Well, you've talked a little bit about your inspiration. Are there other adventures for Fifo coming down the pipe?
Yes. I want to take Fifo around the world. So my next one's going to be England, points of interest.
Cool.
So I'm going to travel around the world, all the countries, but then I also want to dive deeper into the states. So I'm going to start with Arizona, and I'm probably going to pick about 20 cities.
Okay.
And then talk about, the things the cities have to offer. I mean, obviously I'll do some popular cities, like Phoenix and Scottsdale and Flagstaff, but then I'll do maybe some lesser known ones like Oatman and Bisbee and Yuma. So
Proving ground at Yuma.
Right. Whenever you live in the state, you never really explore the state you live in as much as you should, unless people come to town and then you're taking your tourists out.
That's true.
So,
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping. So I got a lot of adventures for Fifo.
You mentioned that you would talk to a lot of people in Arizona that had never left the state.
Right.
And who do you see as the audience for your book? The parents or the kids?
Well, it's an educational tool, because in the book you learn about the state bird, the state capital, the state tree. You've got the state flag, the abbreviation, the shape of the state. So it's really like a reference geography book for kids, and it's because the pages are so colorful. You can do like a find me, find the bird in the picture. So it's really for 4, 5, 6-year-olds to look at it, and for the parent to read to the child. I write all my books for family time, for the parent to read to the child, which is why they're all done in rhyme. But I also like them educational. So you don't learn about this material until you're in 4th grade, 5th grade, depending on where you live. So it really spans the time. And then my aunt, who's in her 70s, when I told her I was writing it, she asked me if I was doing all 48 states. And so I said, you're going to need a book. There are 50 now. So she'll be getting a book. So I really think it kind of spans the ages. But yes, geared towards preschool, 1st grade, 2nd grade in the writing style and the pictures. But I think it spans the age range.
Well, with having to do 50 rhyming sets, how hard is it, A, to get that rhyme right, and B, not feel like you're constantly saying tree, seed, over and over again?
Well, I did have, I found a set rhyme that kind of worked for all the information that I wanted to put into it.
Okay.
And then I made it, I mean, obviously the points of interest, or, you know, the capital, the flag, everything changes. So there's a little bit of variation. And then with adjectives, I tried to make it a little bit different. And then the pictures really do contribute a huge part to the book, huge. So that helps to make it different. And I think that the kids have been reading half of it and then looking for it in the picture and then reading the next half and then looking for it. So that kind of breaks it up. And it's Fifo 50 States isn't a book that you read straight through usually. You pick a few states a week and learn about it. They're using it as lessons in schools when they study that state. So, you know, it's not like the fairy tale where you just read the whole book through. It's a book that you enjoy week after week as you're learning about the different states.
As I say, much more interactive and a lot of hands-on guidebook kind of thing.
Right, exactly. I call it the geography reference-like book.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to join us and tell us a little bit about Fifo 50 States.
Thank you. I'm having a fabulous time.
It's great, isn't it?
Yes, I'm loving it, loving it.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
All right.